And welcome back to your favorite German podcast. I am your dumpling, Kelvin.
And I'm your Sauerkraut Sascha.
And together we are Sauerkraut
Dumpling.
Yeah.
Woo!
So, welcome back to us. Right?
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Long time no here. I checked it. 26th of August was our last episode.
Oh.
So it's indeed almost 3 months.
3 months.
Almost, yeah.
Oh,
almost.
shit. Sorry, guys. I didn't think it was that long, but...
Yeah. Time passes by so fast.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And actually, the August was also more or less the start of my housing project. So you guys can imagine it's so much stress to coordinate different people that work on your new apartment, and I just had no time and no head for our podcast. So my apologies. It's mainly due to me.
No, it was fine. I was also not... I was busy too. And Sasha, you were definitely busy because you lost some weight as well from all the stress, right? You looked a little slim.
Yeah. We can go to my weight in just a minute, but let me mention 2 more things before we head over. We are planning to buy us new equipment due to Black Friday. Yay!
Not because we got sponsored. So guys, keep listening to us.
Yet.
We need more We need more listeners so we can get sponsors.
So all the shit equipment we buy now, maybe in future we can pay by sponsoring money here. The other thing, we also plan to do video podcasts. So now that I moved, I have a separate room and I decorated nicely with some Marvel pictures. There's a interview couch.
Casting couch, as some people might call it.
Casting couch, exactly.
Just
on this casting
bros.
couch we will record it. Two bros on a casting couch.
2 bros casting
Nothing.
each other.
Nothing weird about it.
No. Very, very no homo.
I wonder if there's a gay version of this casting couch thing.
I'm sure there is, man. There's always
it must be.
Everything is on the internet, you know. You just maybe not the best for our German podcast, but maybe we can start another podcast.
Versions of casting couches.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the other thing why we had a relatively long break, Kevin and we were in China, and today we do one of our first Sauerkraut Dumpling specials. We talk about the China trip.
Yeah. The best trip, hopefully. One of the best trips for you guys.
It was a really good trip, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I'm happy that you guys enjoyed.
I'm happy that we realized it because I think you remember, right? 1 week before the trip, I wrote to you guys, I'm not sure if I can come. The floor is still not finished. It still looks shit. Yeah. And I was so heavily stressed.
That's true.
I was so fucking stressed because of that.
Yeah, you had so much going on. I mean, getting your own place and doing renovations is not easy, right? This is...
No.
Yeah. So maybe tip for the guys, if you're looking for property in Germany, unless you speak really good German like Sasha, you're gonna have a lot of trouble on your hands. So maybe just buy a new place. You know, it's easier.
I think if you speak Croatian, Polish, or Russian, you're still doing better than I did.
Oh yeah,
because most of the handy workers were from those countries, you know, and
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, actually, we did have some guys help us install some cupboards, and the guy was from Russia. Yeah, Russia or Belarus, I forgot, but definitely somewhere there.
So the topic of the day, the China trip, and let's hit it right away with our first station, Shanghai. And we're doing it like this, guys. So each city we've been, I made a recording, okay? And Kelvin is listening to the recording. I will play it for you guys in parallel. And Kelvin has to guess where I did this recording. Okay? It's kind of a topic of the day and game mixture. And afterwards, we talk a little bit about the city. And hopefully, you enjoy this as much as our usual episodes. Are you ready, Kelvin?
I think so. I have it open. I hope it loads. But yeah, let's hit it. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna
give me an. You play.
I'm gonna play it.
Yes.
This is so hard to. There's a ukulele in the background? What the hell is going on? This can't be in the subway, that's for sure. This is on Nanjing Road, right? This is that really, it's like the Times Square of Shanghai.
Yein. This is a difficult one. It's pretty long. Try to listen it until the end.
It's 28 seconds. Yeah. Should I listen to it again? I feel like I heard a ukulele in the background.
Yeah, so it's a difficult one, but I will tell you. You remember when your cousin came from Australia?
Yeah. Oh.
And
we're in the.
And we've been in an mall, and there they sold this matcha ice cream, which was really dark. And behind us there was an automate ATM or something, which was playing ukulele sounds.
Really? It was the ATM playing that? It sounded like some guy playing it. Damn, that was so hard. I remember the mall though, because the same ice cream shop we saw in Beijing later on. Yeah.
Exactly. It was also this really high-end mall with Louis Vuitton and also super brands.
Shanghai.
And you asked me previously about my weight. So Shanghai trip started with 73 kilos, which is really little for me. It's like my former wrestling weight. So I was really slim at this time. 73 kilos.
Serious?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, we're the same
height.
But we're like we're the same height. I'm 85-ish. I'm 83. I'm like 10 kilos heavier than you.
At this time, I was slim.
Oh my god.
But no worries. In the end of the episode, I will tell you my current weight, which is much better now.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember the first day. The flight, Michael and I arrived. We went to the shopping mall. I think together with you, you picked us up. And there I ate one of the best noodle dishes during our whole China trip.
Dude, I remember that place. I took you to like the most random noodle shop. It's underneath a mall where there's a food court, right? It's a food court in a mall. And you have food courts in almost every mall. And it's one of those like chain noodle places. And you and Misha were both like, oh my god, this is so good.
It was so amazing, in a shit mall. I ate one of the best noodle dishes of my whole life.
It was so good you went again the next day or something.
We went again. And so you guys know I give Sascha stars, okay? So 1 to 5 Sascha stars. 1 means, okay, eatable. 2 means it was okay. 3 means, yeah, it was good. 4 means it was amazing. 5 means I would travel to the corresponding city or country just because of this one dish. And this noodle dish got a solid 4 actually. It was awesome.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I like noodles too, but it was good. It was good. Don't get me wrong. It was nice. 4 stars. Dude, you were hard to please because I know some other stars that you gave to other dishes that were lower, but I would rate it differently, you know? The freaking mall food court noodles, 4 stars. Okay.
Got 4 stars, insane, yeah. And I think on this night we also went out drinking, and we ended up in an Mexican bar. I think it was a Mexican bar, and there they had those shish kebabs.
You mean the
Oh, how's it called
you
in
mean the
Japan?
Xinjiang bar? Yeah.
Yeah,
Uyghur. It's not really a Uyghur restaurant, but it's a Uyghur owned barbecue place with beer.
fuck. And this lamb shish, they were amazing. I never knew that I want to eat lamb shish next to a beer from a bar, but it was awesome.
This is one thing
Fuck.
you don't get so much in Turkey, right? You can't have so much beer with the shish.
No, no, not at all. So in Turkey, it's more like tapas, you know. So they have messe, which are tapas, and you sit there for hours. You drink your rake, and you eat a lot of those messe. Yeah. And
Vodka is also alcohol, right?
yeah, it is like ouzo.
Ah, okay.
What was also interesting, guys, if you go to China, forget about withdrawing money or exchanging money. China is a moneyless country. Everything you do with Alipay.
Yeah.
Cashless money, yeah.
That's true. It's hard to actually spend your money in China because they don't have cash. So if you bring like 100 yuan, they're not gonna have change for you. I mean, no one really carries around money anymore, except for old people.
But would they accept it if I go to KFC and pay with yuan?
They have to, yeah. Legally, they have to take your money, so your cash. But there are places that actually don't have change, so keep that in mind. It's not it's a different world.
And what you so Kelvin, I think after this trip you know much more about me than before. And one thing you got to know now, and I didn't tell you and the other guy, usually on trips I get sick.
Oh yeah,
it's
that's
really
true.
common for me to get sick on trips. And
that was a
Like,
surprise.
the second day of our 2 weeks trip, and I got a flu because of the shit air condition.
I'm still recovering from the same flu that Sasha had. Basically good now, but it took like 3 weeks for me. It was tough, man. But
Sasha flu. And the funny thing, you were sick before, right? I mean, you were sick right before you came to China.
2 weeks before, I had some kind of flu or a cold, and I barely recovered. And then as soon as I got to China, you guys came, and then I got sick again.
You got the Sasha flu.
Dude, I was sick for the whole of October. That's how it felt. It was not great. But I respect to you, I have to admit. You can actually handle yourself when you're sick. For me, when I'm sick, I'm dead, you know? You climbed a mountain and all that. It's crazy.
And I think so the sickness started on the 3rd day, and after we left Shanghai, it grew. Like the sickness got more heavier for me.
Yeah. For
and
us too.
This is how we come. This is how we come to the next station of our trip, which was
Tai'an. Tai'an was your idea, right? Because I didn't have this planned in the beginning.
Exactly.
You saw, and it was a very good surprise for me too. I've never been there. Sasha, I think, randomly sent us, because we have a group chat, sent us a video of something about people climbing Mount Taishan.
Oh, before we go to there, play the second sound, please.
Oh, okay. Okay, music. This is definitely a mall.
Like we did.
This is the mall in Tai'an where you had the shitty sheesh.
Not bad. Can you also pinpoint when I made the video roundabout?
When? Oh. Is this when you were at the massage place?
Whoa, you're so good.
Yeah.
Not bad, not bad.
I know China.
Not bad at all. Before we come to Taiwan, I would like to talk to you about the train experience, which was outstanding. It was awesome. Like there was nothing negative about this train experience.
This was one thing I actually really appreciate as well, especially coming from the Deutsche Bahn. I have to admit, it's night and day. Right? This experience is completely different.
So, Kevin, I read 2 weeks ago in a newspaper an tourist. He was in an ICE in Germany and he ordered a pizza via Lieferando to the next train station. and there was a big drama. The train had to stop and wait for the pizza. Everybody was angry at them. Police came.
Wait, what?
And the tourists had to leave the train. And then in the end of this newspaper article, how can you be so stupid? How can you do this? And then I was thinking, but this is normal to China.
Yeah.
It's normal to fucking China.
Wait, but who ordered? Was this a Chinese person that ordered on Lieferando?
I don't know. So I didn't say the nationality, but maybe you can give us a short summary how it is usually in Chinese trains.
I mean, so in China we have two types of trains. The Chinese railway network is pretty extensive. I forgot something like, I think we had a previous episode where I said the Chinese railway lines can go around the world twice or something like that. So they have a lot of railway. Yeah. And there are two main types of trains. You have these ICE type trains. We call it Gaotie, which is like high speed rail. And then there's the standard, the old school rail trains, which is more, they call it like 绿皮, which is like green skin, which is like because they have a green hood and they're green. Those go pretty slow. It takes maybe like 3 to 5 times the speed, and they stop at a lot of stops. These old trains. But we took only the high speed rail, which is the most common now in China too. And on the trains, there's food, of course. There are these the dining carts. And there are people, coming around with like carts filled with food and drinks, and you can buy it directly there off them. Or you can scan your QR code that's on your seat, and they will deliver the food to your seat. Including at a lot of big stops, you can order from the restaurants at the train stations. So you have like KFC, maybe some pizza places. I don't see a lot of pizza places, but a lot of Chinese restaurants at the train station. You have to order, I think, an hour in advance, and then when they get to the stop, the delivery guy will give the food to the train conductor or the train worker, and then the train people will deliver it to your seat. That's basically how it works.
You get on your seat really good food delivered. And also a pizza if you want, which is insane. And in Germany, they call the police because of that. So this is how far we are behind, guys.
Yeah. I appreciate the fact that you guys see it now. Because before I would complain, or to people in Germany, they're like, well, that's just how it is, I'm like, it doesn't have to be. Come to China. See what it could be. But dude, I can't.
And
yeah. Go.
So sorry, I don't want to hardly stop that. The sound too. You were right. It was recorded in a mall. And what I also realized, malls are working well in China. The malls are working well. People like to go there. The food courts are awesome.
Yeah. I would say Chinese people. Yeah, I like going to malls too. It's a nice place to go and just spend some time. Of course, you spend some money there, but I think in general, Chinese people don't mind spending some money when they go out. While I think in Germany, it's people just like saving. That's the whole problem with the German economy, right? Everyone's so sparsam.
Yeah, but the mall was really designed to stay there the whole day. There was a train for these little children they could ride. There was an arcade for teenagers. There was an awesome food court for us too. I mean, the malls are designed differently, and maybe if the malls here in Germany would also change, maybe it could be also kind of a turnaround.
Yeah, I would like to think so. But honestly, I don't have much faith in German people spending money. Everyone's so like, I don't know, maybe everyone's poor or the government takes too much money. Everyone's just so money conscious, you know? In China, people are not so conscious about every dollar, every yuan they spend. I mean, sure, people are still conscious, but you know, they like to spend money on food.
Yeah.
They like to spend money on experiences and activities, not just coffee and beer.
I agree. I agree. It's especially the older generations. They like to travel around China and also experience the sightings. And maybe this is how we go to our highlight of Taiwan, Mount Tai, which you teased in the beginning. So what exactly is Mount Tai?
Mount
Hit me,
Tai.
Kevin.
So I was talking to my dad. He actually climbed Mount Tai when he was even younger than us, like much younger, in his early 20s, when he was still a college student. And he said back then there were like these guest houses up on the at the peak. So he climbed, I think, from like 5 a.m. for a few hours up to the top, and then he spent the night up there. And he said it was a good time. It got really cold, and he didn't bring anything, so the guys up there actually gave him a jacket. So this is like back in the more communist era where people were still quite friendly, and I mean people are still friendly, but no one had money, so everyone was, you know, pretty okay with each other. So is
this Mount Tai experience once in a lifetime experience for Chinese people?
I've asked a few people about Mount Taishan. It's a place that everyone knows, but not everyone would go. So it's mixed, yeah. Because not everyone. Yeah, you can also take the cable car, but yeah, we walked all the way up there, and it was 7,000 steps, something like that, right?
Yeah, almost 7,000 stair steps, and usually you need 4 hours. Like with if you go slowly and also have some breaks, 4 hours, and we did it I think in 2.5 hours, right?
Yeah. Even the taxi driver was surprised. She was like, "Yeah, normally it's 4 hours." I mean, the people that we started with, there was like a group of like kids, right? They were kind of like semi-running in the beginning. They were like had a Chinese flag and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And then we didn't see them after we passed them because they didn't. We had like a steady pace and we just kept going and we didn't stop. Like we didn't see anyone we passed by. Like no one kept up with us. So.
And at this point, my flu was on the highlight, by the way.
Yeah.
So my nose was running the whole time. I could only breathe through my mouth, but I fucking did it.
I was gonna say I'm very surprised and impressed that you climbed Mount Tai in the condition you were in. It's crazy. Even though I think you were about to die towards the end. Like it was hard.
But I wanted to do it so badly. This was my highlight of this whole trip, and just because I'm sick, I didn't want to miss it.
Yeah, man, big ups. You were good. And what was kind of surprising for me was the guys grabbing these huge Chinese flags, right? It wasn't just like a small like flag that fits in your hand. It's like a huge one that's
exactly,
you know, like the standard size flags with a huge flagpole, and they were going up the mountain, and I didn't realize this was a thing. You guys said they get bonus points or something when they do it. I've never heard it, but maybe my info is wrong. But yeah,
if you climb Mount Tai with a Chinese flag, you get in a social system a bonus point.
You get some extra points, so you can get a better loan. Yeah, I'm not sure, but the experience was good.
Super.
Like going up top,
and
then eating that fried chicken after. I had KFC. You guys think you had a coffee? Did you eat something?
I had No, but I had a really nice coffee, and sitting there was so chill. And you were also coming then to the coffee, and actually you ate your KFC there
Yeah,
next to
KFC
me.
was nice, especially after
Mm.
that whole mountain. It was a good time.
Unfortunately, food-wise, as much as I enjoyed Mount Tai, food-wise, I have to give Tayan one Sasha star.
The whole
Well,
time.
no, the food. The shish was so disappointing. It was
Yeah, the
so
shish was not
disappointing.
great. I have to admit. Yeah, it was pre-cooked, and then they just cooked it a little, like reheated it with some chili flakes on top.
And super fast, right? Like not
Yeah,
even a minute. Zack, zack. Here, eat it,
yeah,
white
it
guy.
was not good. I looked at it like because we went back the second night, and the food was also shit. So
So, Kevin, then we took again the train, which was again awesome. I really enjoyed the next train ride, and our next station was Beijing. Exactly. Now you can play Sound 3. Let's see if you can hit it.
so this okay. So I hear
Do we get it?
someone. It's like a security guard or something. Is this like?
Okay.
Wait, let me play it again. I just want to hear what
Yeah, play it
he was
again.
saying. I think this is when you're queuing up for the Tiananmen Square, and they were checking your IDs and stuff, and they're telling everyone to get their IDs ready.
So it is a security guy. You're right. But this one was a mean one because you haven't been there with us. It was at the Great Wall, and Michael and Try we looked for the correct bus line.
Oh shit! Okay.
And
Yeah.
there's this guy screaming, and we don't know. Does he scream at us? What does he want?
So just for the listeners, I was really sick in Beijing, so that was like
So I got better, by the
yeah,
way. I
Sasha
got better
got
at this
better,
point,
and then
but Kelvin got worse.
I had the peak of the illness in Beijing. So I said when they went to the Great Wall, I said, okay, I'll just chill because I've been there before, and I bought them the tickets, and I got a driver to take them. So I thought everything was okay, but it was okay for the most part, right? Like you guys got in, you saw the Great Wall, or
Yeah, play Sound 4. Play Sound 4.
Sound 4? Okay.
So this Sound 4, this city deserved two sounds.
Okay, sounds like you're in a car.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
To be fair, you
You're in the
still can you
taxi. This is
imagine?
in the taxi.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is the taxi driver that took you guys to the Great Wall.
Damn. Correct again. This taxi ride was horrible. So I don't know why, but my biceps from my leg, got really cramped up at one point because we were sitting a lot. And the taxi seats, they were uncomfortable, and he had his Navi tone. His Navi
Yeah,
sound was on,
yeah.
and I got crazy. I mean, at my car, I turned the Navi sound off. I can't handle it, but he
He had it
went
on,
full on, eh?
dude. So this reminds me of two things. So the sound. Remember, we were in one taxi from the Summer Palace back, and that guy
Yeah,
was
he listened
playing
to the
his
sound.
freaking I don't know audio book, and I was in the front seat, and I tried to fall asleep, and I just had these weird dreams of his audio book. It was a nightmare. But the taxi driver that took you to the Great Wall did something to you that at least made me pretty
Made
surprised.
you laugh.
Yeah, made me laugh,
So
but I felt bad for you.
maybe you can explain why is it that elderlies have to spit so much? Why is it?
It's part of
Give us some feedback.
just how people are, because Chinese people, maybe the air is bad, or somehow there's a lot, like, they like to smoke, so they have a lot of shit in their lungs, and whenever there's something in their lungs, they have to spit it out. I think they saw one guy doing it, so everyone starts doing it. They can't like swallow it or something.
It's a generation thing, right? It's the boomers who doing it.
More so.
Or are
more
they
so.
youngsters?
When I was a kid, there were a lot of ads saying you shouldn't spit, and there was like a big campaign. I think there's still that going on, but generally people know like spitting is bad.
Yeah, and unfortunately, the taxi driver Kelvin organized for us, he was also one of those guys who had to spit like every 20 minutes, you know. And I was sitting right behind him, and once when he spit out of the window, some of the saliva ended up on my forehead. And starting at this point, every time he like announced like this that he has to spit, I went to Michael on the right side, and oh, it was so bad, and I was thought, let us arrive.
I'm sorry, dude. Yeah, I'm laughing just because I feel your pain. You had a pretty bad streak in China with spitting. Like, a lot of people spat on you. Maybe not a lot, but more than one person spat on you. That guy.
Yeah, two guys.
Yes, go ahead.
That guy in a taxi, and the other guy, also an old guy. We were at the Terracotta Army, and I just was walking, and then an old guy, I think it was not even on purpose, he wanted to spit on the ground, and I was walking in his in front of him, and then he spit on my trouser.
You were in his firing radius, so it was free. It was fair game.
I was so pissed about it.
So the Great Wall, you don't recommend it, yeah, Sascha? How was your...
Don't go to the Great Wall. Don't go there. I don't recommend it at all.
Do you think it would have been better if I went with you guys? Or would you still not recommend it? No.
So what is amazing about the Great Wall, you must imagine you really are climbing on a mountain via this wall. So you really pass mountains, you know? While you are just following the wall. It is kind of an amazing feeling. But at one point, it was so crowded, you couldn't move forward or backwards. And Chinese people, they are really like pushy. They want you to move forward, and then you just are squeezed. It's not nice.
Yeah.
As much as I enjoyed the part where I crossed mountains, the squeezing part I really didn't like, and it was on a Friday morning. Usually it's working time, and yet it was overcrowded. So
yeah, I thought it would be less, but probably it would be even worse on the weekends, and even much worse on public holidays. So
yeah.
But for me, I guess the squeezing is okay. I'm so used to it by now. I'm very okay with it. It's like when I used to go to like music festivals or clubs, you know, there's just a bunch of people jam-packed in there. I felt really at home, you know. I was like, oh, I'm in the subway in Shanghai. This is, normal.
No, I feel good.
Feels good, you know. Like rush hour in Shanghai, you guys didn't get to experience the rush hour subways. But rush hour subway stops, you don't even need to really walk into the subway, because people just push you in there. You just like kind of jump a bit, and then you're in the flow of people. And then they just push you in, you know. It's a good experience.
So funny. The first evening, we've directly did a party. So we went to this Peking Duck restaurant. I think you started feeling sick. And we Baijiu, right? It was Baijiu we drank there.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, how did you guys find Baijiu? This is like...
It's like you're drinking fire.
A little bit, yeah. So for the listeners that don't know what it is, this is Chinese rice wine, or Chinese wine made from a lot of grains and rice, and it's normally around 53%, something like this, 50 plus. So to compare to like vodka and rum, it's normally like 40%, right? Vodka's like 40, so it's a lot more it's a lot stronger. There's this burning sensation, but if you drink good baijiu, which I think we didn't drink too bad, because in Beijing a lot of people drink baijiu, and the alcohol was good quality because I didn't feel too bad the next day, and you sober up normally pretty quick. So, but the taste, I agree, tastes like shit. It's just burns. But
we had Beijing duck. It was, according to you, pretty authentic. Good value for the price.
yeah,
Uh,
you got a guy
but still only
cutting it in front of you.
yeah.
It's-
And it looked like a flower. I think you posted it on Instagram, right?
Yep,
Where
yep.
I bit into the.
Yes.
It was nice. It was nice. Unfortunately, still only 3 Sascha stars.
This is what I mean, guys. Sasha gives the freaking mall food court noodles 4 stars, and a guy in front of you cutting slices of duck skin and putting it into a flower formation for you to just eat it. You know, he gives it 3 stars.
Yeah. It's just a taste, you know. The overall presentation, I would give more stars, but the taste, it was the meat itself and the skin, it looked so good, but in the end, it was under seasoned for my taste.
Okay.
Yeah. This is why I only gave 3 stars, which is still good. Ne? 3 stars means, yeah, it's good. I like it. I can eat
It's
it.
not great.
But it was not like amazing, like.
It's not. It's
And
not.
it was
the
certainly not.
food court noodle amazing.
And it was certainly not worth traveling to Beijing just because of this.
Okay, yeah, I get you. It's not. It's kind of like a Schweinehaxe, you know. You don't need to eat it every day. You have it once, and you're kind of. It's enough, you know.
I'm good now. I'm good. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
A little bit, yeah, I agree.
And I think after this evening, we also went out to this karaoke bar where we drank beer like hell. So never mix baijiu with beer, because the next morning everybody was dead and everybody was sick.
I got
So
really
I got sick again, and you got really sick. And,
I think my sickness came came fast and hard because I drank your water in the middle of the night. Because I woke up middle of the night with hiccups, just randomly hiccups, woke me up, and I was like, I need some water. And then Sasha was nice enough to give me his water that was contaminated, but yeah.
Your body had no chance.
No.
All the baijiu, all the beer, all the contaminated water, you had to become sick.
At least the way I saw it was, at least I got sick early on in the, during the vacation. So by the time I got back, it was okay, and I didn't have to pass it on to anyone. So
yeah. So, and this was already Beijing. So, did I like Beijing? It was okay. But highlights so far was still Taiwan with Mount Tai, and Shanghai was also genius.
But Beijing, you went to the Great Wall, you went to the Forbidden Palace, you went to the Summer Palace, like very iconic spots.
Iconic tourist places, yeah. But again, I would not recommend, if someone goes to China and asks me which cities, this city I would not name.
As someone from Shanghai, I agree. Beijing is okay. It's not my favorite. It's all right. I'd go, but it's okay.
So, and then we had the next awesome train ride to, you want to say?
To Xi'an. Xi'an, one of the old capitals of China.
And now you can play sound number 5.
I know what this is. Yeah.
You know it?
Yeah, it's the water fountain.
It was a water fountain.
Yeah, I remember. So, impression of Xi'an, like right off the straight off the bat, like what was the first thing that grabbed you?
The empresses.
Right? Yeah, me too.
I recently was thinking about this experience and comparing it to Istanbul. You know, the cats of Istanbul are the soul of the city. And I don't know if you like the comparison or not, but honestly, I think the empresses
Are the
this,
souls of...
are the soul of Xi'an. Yeah.
In a way, yeah. I can see that. There are a lot of cats in Istanbul. Everyone takes care of them, and it's just like coexisting, right? And in Xi'an, all the empresses there are the same. So just for the audience that have never been there, in China, a lot of people like to dress up in like not medieval. So medieval is more Western, but during the same era or like olden apparel garb. So like what the emperor and empresses used to wear, or the concubines or the women used to wear back in the dynasty days, right? I don't know what dynasty, I'm not very familiar with the specifics, but it's like how you imagine like those old quote unquote medieval Chinese shows, right? These like we call it gongtingju, which is like the palace dramas. You get a lot of those in China, and a lot of girls like to dress up, and there are a lot of services out there where they help you do your makeup, and then you can rent like an outfit. And in Xi'an,
it's a whole business there.
Yeah, it's a big business.
It's a whole business.
You see it in Beijing as well, but in Xi'an, I would say 30% of the girls there are wearing, or 20% maybe. Like there is a lot of girls like dressed up in this. Like tourist girls, women or girls that are tourists there, maybe 30% of them are dressed up like empresses or like in this traditional garb. And I'm not gonna, I admit it looks pretty nice. I mean, they got nice makeup on, they got a nice thing going. They're there for the pictures, of course, but for us also it was enjoyable. Wouldn't you say, Sasha?
So far, if you would ask me which city would you live in, Sasha, I must say I would choose Xi'an.
Xi'an is nice.
It had so much soul. It had so fucking much soul. Not only because of the empresses, we also were riding by bike on the city wall. There were so beautiful temples, and of course the highlight of the trip. So you, me, and Micha, we got better, right? Even you still had your throat pain, but you got better.
We did get better, yeah.
And then we ate the really iconic dish of Xi'an. Correct me, biang mian.
Yeah,
right?
biang mian. Yeah, biang mian.
It is a really white noodle dish. It was awesome. 5 Sasha stars. I would just go to Xi'an just because of this dish, and it was out of this world. But the follow-on day, we got diarrhea.
Dude, the place we went to was it was the dirtiest place we ate out of the whole trip. Like it was a recommendation from the hotel lobby clerk. We asked like, "Hey, are there good noodle places you recommend that that you would go?" And she was like, "Oh, go down this alleyway in this hole. There's a place that's not even on the Chinese like Google Maps. You can't find it on Google Maps." And I was like, "Okay." And then you go there.
Sounds promising.
Yeah, I mean, these hole in the wall places are normally good, so we go there, but the place is disgusting. You have to admit, like, you would not want to like sit on the floor there. It's dirty.
I was like in euphoria, like, oh wow, it's a place a local is recommending us, and it's not even on Google Maps, so it's really like a tip, like a secret tip.
Yeah.
It was awesome, but yeah, the day afterwards was not so awesome.
None of us had a good time. Yeah, I had to. So Sasha and Misha were smart enough to take some medicine in the morning. And I was like...
Yeah, it was life-saving.
I was like, oh, I'm Chinese, I can handle it. So I didn't take it. And then by like 2 p.m., I was like, no, fuck this. I need to take some medicine. So I had to order some medicine on the app and get it delivered to our restaurant.
So my stomach was the whole time bubbly, Like the medicine is fighting the diarrhea, and the medicine was so far winning until our dinner. Okay, the diarrhea took over, and I thought, shit, I have to shit. And of course we were in a mall, and I was looking for the toilets, and you were already warning me, dude. This is just a hole in the ground. Shitting place.
And you need to bring your own tissues too.
And I was never thinking that in my life I would be able to shit in a hole in the ground. Like, I never thought myself in such a situation, but I did. And I felt misused afterwards, but it worked.
Hey, I see it as a success, you know? When you're challenged, when you're pushed outside of your comfort zone, this is where you perform your best. You know what I mean?
You sound like a basketball coach.
Yeah, I'm your China coach. You unlocked a new skill, Sascha.
Yeah.
But would you do it again?
I leveled up.
Would you ever do it again?
If you ask me now, would I eat in this restaurant again? I would. I would buy the diarrhea medicine in advance, and I would take it, and I would eat this noodle, and I would feel so happy with my life.
Yeah, I don't think I would, to be honest. After Mexico, I would say I'm weak now. I don't believe in the what doesn't kill you make you stronger, because it definitely made me weaker after Mexico.
But it could be worse, right? I mean, we just had diarrhea. We didn't puke. It was not like the worst of the worst.
That's true. It could have been worse. That is true. We could have had dysentery or something. Yeah. No, it's not that bad. But I'm sure we could find, if we go again, cleaner places that offer just the same amount of tastiness. You know, we don't need to go to that dirty ass hole in the wall. That's all I'm saying.
I also remembered, and I want to ask you again, if you are true to your word, if you marry in future, are you really going to do the bachelor parties there and do some activities like challenges?
Yeah, I think I would. Yeah,
I like the idea. Actually,
I would definitely lean towards China. You know, it's where my heart is. You know, it's where I want people to see. I feel like a lot of people that are not Chinese have an idea of China that sometimes isn't so accurate, you know? And if you go there, and if I show it to you in the way I did, I'm sure you'll have a good time. I mean, you guys had a good time, right? And it's like,
we had a good time. But I mean, Xi'an as a city, would you do it there?
Xi'an would be, I would consider Xi'an, or I would also consider like somewhere in Sichuan, like Chongqing, or maybe somewhere south in Fujian, Quanzhou, or like somewhere that's kind of chill. I don't want to go to a big city, and Shanghai is nice, but I would go somewhere chill, maybe somewhere near the beach, you know, where weather's nice, we do some stuff. Yeah.
You know, I like the idea of yours. So in my bachelor party, every time someone sees a cat, he had to do air squats, while the other person had to try to make the cat meow. It was a nice picture.
It was a good time.
I think you mentioned something similar to Xiang. You said every time you see an empress, you need to fall on your knees or something.
Bow to the empress. Yeah.
You have to bow to the empress.
That would be a back-breaking challenge, I have to admit. I mean, there's hundreds. You'll see hundreds in a day. And you have to do a 90-degree bow. No, none of this shit bow. You know, you gotta do like a real, you know.
Yong can do that.
Yes, we gotta get Yong on that. So, Xi'an, how many stars, Sascha?
5. Obviously 5.
5. Because of the noodles.
Not a single star less. The noodles, the soul. Xi'an was beautiful.
Yeah, I like Xi'an. Yeah, I'm a big fan. Yeah. Then, last but not least, we ended in Shanghai again.
Yeah.
And
unfortunately, no sound here, but it was a calm last 2 days, right?
Yeah, it was relatively calm. We were kind of destroyed, or I was very destroyed, more so than you guys, I think.
And at this point, I also was tired of tourist things. I mean, we were at so many temples and tourist sightings at like day to day, and this is okay. But at Shanghai, I was at a point I don't want to go to any more tourist thing. I just want to have
But you did.
calmness, maybe.
You did go to a tourist thing. We went to the fake market.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about the fake market, Sasha?
A little bit disappointed, actually. I am used to the Grand Bazaar fake markets in Turkey,
Mm.
and this fake market, it was also smallish. No?
Yeah, a little bit. So there used to be bigger fake markets, but they've closed down over the years, and because only foreigners go there. Chinese people don't go to fake markets. It's made just for you guys, and especially after Corona, it's not so many foreigners anymore. So they're having a hard time over there.
I remember one point where you wanted to buy this communist cap, and you wanted 100 yuan, and I didn't hear it, and I started the negotiation. I said 5 yuan, and he looked at me. I'm not talking to you.
Yeah. No, that guy was.
And then he was
an idiot. Cause I was talking to him for a bit, and then at the end he was like insulting me. And then I was like, "How do you want to do business? Is this how you do business?" It's just, I don't know. Some people.
At the end, he was laughing himself about how he talked to me. Like, I'm not talking to you anymore. He was laughing about himself then.
Yeah, that old guy was weird. But yeah, also I think I was kind of sick, so I didn't have so much energy to like bargain. So but I bought the most. I think I was the only one that bought stuff there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I took you two there, and I ended up buying, a cap and a bag. Yeah. Oh. So.
Yeah, we were tired at this point, I must say. We also didn't do an bar tour, right?
We went in Beijing, and you guys had some beers and had Shake Shack at the end.
I remember Shake Shack. Yeah,
You like that, huh?
And the employee from Shake Shack, she in this sound, she always said every time someone enters, "Welcome to Shake Shack."
Oh yeah. Yeah. How are the noises in China? Because I'm pretty sure it's a little different. Like there was that lady that was like yelling right next to you, remember, in Shanghai, and you were really surprised.
This was her marketing. This was her marketing strategy, Like the louder you yell and the more directly you yell in someone's ear, the more possible it is that the person will buy something. No,
Did it work on you?
Not at all. My ear was hurting, and she looked at me and felt sorry. But this is normal, right? This is a normal way in China.
I think people are louder in China. Yeah, I think there's some people that don't really have an inside voice, I feel.
Not that she was screaming, she had a strong voice.
Yeah.
I'm talking about opera strong voice. And I said an opera or a musician got lost on her.
Maybe.
She should have changed the profession. What a strong voice.
There are some like traditional Chinese singers that came from villages, and because back in the day, or let's say in villages, maybe even still nowadays, less so now, but they used to not scream, but they used to sing as a way to communicate from one village to another over a mountain or a mountain range, because it echoes, right? So they'll kind of sing what they want to say because the mountains kind of echo your voice to the next village, and they'll be like, "Yo, what's cooking tonight?" And they'll be like, "It's chicken." And then they're like, "You want to come over?" They'll do that. So they have really strong voices in villages. A lot of villages.
I mean, guys, maybe thinking all those dudes are talking bullshit, but you have to experience yourself.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they have strong voices.
If you guys are coming to China, maybe Sasha, some tips since you got that outsider's perspective?
So food is super cheap. So if you try to calculate the cost, don't worry about the food. We three, right? We always eat like super good, a lot of food, and we only paid $5 each time per person, I think.
Yeah, it was cheap, and we ate pretty nice.
And we ate a lot. And my starting weight was 73. My end weight was 76.
Oh, that's not bad.
So
I thought it would be more. You're so
Yeah.
light. We're the same height, and I'm still like much heavier than you. Damn.
no, you're a little bit taller. A little bit taller, are you?
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah.
But you're so skinny. Damn. But yeah, I would say if you're coming to China, make sure you get the apps because that's very important. So I got them Alipay before they came.
Mhm.
Got them verified, got their credit cards on there, so they could actually pay and do stuff. Because without that, you're kind of SOL. But maybe with cash it's okay. But yeah, definitely get the apps. In the apps, there's also a translation feature. I know it's not perfect, but it does help, right, Sasha? You guys were
It does. It did help on restaurants. So Michael and I, in the end, were able to order ourselves food via the app. I think it's lacking for this QR code to use the tram. So Michael and I, whenever we went in a different city, we had to do different stuff, which was not translated in the app, to get a
yeah, that's true.
city correct QR code.
For the public transport, yeah. Because in Alipay, you can't get the public transport cards, but they're represented as QR codes. But in every new city you go to, you have to reapply because every city has its own kind of system. So you have to, apply for a new one. And that's all in Chinese, if I'm not wrong. So what you can
Google
do,
Maps is not.
what you can do is use two phones. So use Google Translate on one phone while looking at the other phone. That's a tip at least.
That's true. Google Maps is not correct or not working well because nobody's using it there.
It's banned.
It's banned even. Yeah. And what was the Google Maps replacement you used there? How was this called
Baidu,
again?
Baidu Maps. Baidu. Baidu. But I think Gaode works in. You can find it in the English app stores. But you guys have to just double check on that. Yeah.
So I can put Baidu in the podcast description for you guys. Maybe you can send me the link of the other app you mentioned just now.
Sure.
Then I also put that in the podcast description.
I mean, if you guys,
what
if
else?
you guys are interested, you can also just reach out to us. If you're going to China, let us know. Give you some tips. Help you. You get a SIM card that can access foreign websites because in China, a lot of the services are blocked, like WhatsApp, Facebook, YouTube. So, or get a VPN. That's also useful.
I will put the VPN in the description I used, and I will also put the eSIM I used in the description. So, if you check the description, and I think you will be well prepared, at least from smartphone perspective, before you go to China.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to learn a few things, but once you get the hang of it, it's actually much easier, in my opinion, to move around in China than it is in Germany.
So basically 2 weeks we now compressed into 1 hour of podcast.
Yeah.
Well, this was fun.
But you would go
really
back again,
fun
right?
A nice trip.
Yeah.
I will go back again with my wife this time.
Nice.
And I will try the south as you recommended. Maybe also Sichuan area because I love spice.
Oh yeah, would be nice.
And I also want to talk to you guys about a possible next trip. So we've been now to Turkey, which is kind of where I did guide us. We've now been to China, where you guide us. Maybe we can do a Chile trip where Aldo's guiding us.
Santiago.
Santiago.
Yeah. Oh, I would be down. Oh yeah. Let's try and convince
Mm.
this guy. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, Young will be in challenge because Young already plans his holidays 2 years in advance, feels like.
But Young has a weakness. Young likes big booty Latinas. We can convince him, I think.
He likes black mambas more.
Oh yeah. I think we can.
No, we're just kidding. We're
We
just
can
kidding.
help Young. Well, we can convince him here, and maybe we get Steve.
Yes.
Steve, if you're listening, you missed out, man. China was great. You gotta come to the next one at least.
Oh, you missed out.
Yeah, dude.
You certainly missed out.
Yeah. Not on the sickness, but everything else.
The sickness was part of the magic, man.
Somehow now I see it, Sasha. You make a point. It made us more united. We had a common enemy. Yeah.
But I tell you, when I prepare myself with a pharmacy, like from Germany, I buy pharmacy products. I'm fucking healthy. But if I think, okay, last time I paid so much money on pharmacy articles and I was healthy, this time I risk it, then I get sick. It's
Murphy's
like,
Law.
fuck you.
Always.
Fuck you, Sasha.
But guys, don't be so scared. Yeah, not everyone gets, sick. Maybe stomach, you guys have to watch out for, but China in general is quite okay, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Last words,
All right.
Sasha?
Last words. We enjoyed China. In 2 weeks, we continue with our podcast as usual. And yeah.
We got lots in store for you guys. We're back and in full swing, so stay tuned.
And soon, and next year, don't forget, next year, new equipment and video.
Yeah.
Hey.
You can finally see our faces. Something to be excited about for some.
I need to work out more for this. I need to get more muscle.
Yeah, I need to lose some weight maybe. But yeah,
All right.
yeah. Then with that,
Any last words? With that,
we would say stay German.
stay German.
See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.